What's up, y'all? Happy Saturday. We are here. We're spry. We're ready. And I'm here to apologize for putting out 3 fat losers yesterday. But Saturday, we're on a new day. Meg's been on a little bit of a skid here recently, but February didn't diminish the bankroll, but the last week of February leading into the first couple of days of March hasn't been the best. So it's time for me to right the ship. And worried about today because I sent Kelly my plays and she goes, well, shit. Looks like we are going head to head on quite a bit today. So we have some stuff to talk about. First off, though, Kelly, how's the last couple of days been? How are you? How are we feeling this morning?
Well, I'm feeling great, minus I stabbed myself in the eye last night, Megan. So, but looks like I have a lazy eye. Can nobody screenshot that and make fun of me about it? Also, a little sunburnt from my vacation. But besides that,
why is no one calling you high though? Everyone always is like, look at Megan, her eyes are so low, she's high. Why never? Kelly's loaded this morning. Don't let her lie to you.
Loaded, just ripping bongs at 8:00 in the fucking morning, Megan.
No,
you know me.
no hate.
Actually, my brother-in-law's here.
No hate.
I have family visiting. That actually could be a real possibility. It is not. Unfortunately, my sister, the botanist, decided we should plant some plants in my backyard. I literally stabbed myself in the eye. So it's going to be a fun day as I blink excessively and we talk about college basketball. But first, I wanted to apologize because I thought I'd take the lazy way out and tail you yesterday instead of looking at a bunch of teams that I didn't know. And I feel like I kind of mushed you because whenever I'm on vacation, life is really good. I think it's that think long, think wrong. Like you just kind of go through your card, you look at some things, you're like, oh, I'll play a couple of these games. It should be great. Get back from vacation and you go 0-3. So I will take some of that responsibility. But yeah, I got a laundry list.
Hey, but I did hit the first college baseball bet at Barstool Sportsbook was by me.
Yeah.
This against Tennessee yesterday. And boom, that was a winner. So if I am talking college baseball, I swept yesterday. So positive.
Look at Megan trying to grow the game. You love to see it.
Grow the game. You love to see it. So let's go ahead and get into the Saturday slate because we have quite a bit to talk about. And I also want to go and go get some cheese logs at Walk-Ons and drink some beers very soon. So I know it's only 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock there, but 9 o'clock here. But I'm trying to open the place up. You know what I'm saying? All right. So up first on the Barstool Sportsbook, you have Alabama at where? LSU, baby. And this LSU team is really ramping up their play. They should have beaten Arkansas. That game was rough. That was just one of those like heart-wrenching, there was a couple of bad calls too that I think should have went LSU's way, to which, also could have affected the score here. Since Pinson's been back too, it's just like been flowing. And I know that they haven't been, and that's why I've stayed away from them a lot recently. They haven't been consistent, and consistency is something that I really look for whenever I'm betting basketball. However, I do think this is a little grudge match spot, if you will. I like LSU. What do you think, Kel?
Yeah, Megan, I'm with you. Actually, this is one of the ones we're not head-to-head on, surprisingly, and that's just because I've been fading this Alabama team down the stretch, and it's been really profitable. They've only covered one of their last 6. And as you mentioned, this LSU team is actually on the flip side. They have been rolling. They've been playing really great. Now, I have a little concern that now that they're as a favorite, right? We've been playing them a lot as underdogs, but now them as a favorite is a little concerning. But Coleman Coliseum, if you've been there, Megan has, I have not, is an incredible place to play. I think they are going to be absolutely rocking today. I am really, really, really close to laying the 4 with this LSU team. It was one of the games that Megan and I actually did have in common. So we did put it in our money shots parlay. I told Megan, I think we play the money line here. Keep it safe since we're parlaying 3 teams. That makes more sense to me. So that is what we did. I am not hungover. For real. I am not hungover. I got stabbed in the eye by like a fiddly fig or some shit that my sister decided I needed to have in my backyard. I swear I'm not high. Megan, I'm not hungover. I'm just sunburned, you guys. The sunburn. See? Just sunburned.
Just sunburned. I'm the opposite of sunburned. I need some sun, which hopefully I will get soon, because yesterday it was like 75 degrees here. Beautiful blue skies. It was like, it felt like spring, and it felt when baseball was back. It just felt like the first day of spring. I
can't wait to be there for the Final Four. While I haven't gotten approval yet, I did just book my flight. I will be there the morning of the 2nd, and I don't get to fly out to the night of the 5th. So that gives me all day Tuesday to be super hungover for real that time, though.
And you should go get some really good food while you're really hungover. I can send you lots of recommendations. Ooh, there's the barbecue place there that they're Ben Mentz's friends, but the Blue Oak barbecue place there.
Ooh.
Fucking fantastic. So delicious. You'll love it. But on to the next game. And speaking of delicious, I really like this game. But I think you might be on the other side. And someone else is too, which I hate to go against this person because I love him dearly. I'm not going to say his name because he makes you charge for his picks. So I'll let you all figure that out by yourself. But he's the only one at Barstool that can really do it. But I love him dearly. But that's Arkansas at Tennessee. And this Arkansas team, they continue to impress. Not only have they won 5 consecutive games, but they've beaten extreme competition in that stretch. And I know Tennessee, they've been fucking solid, but this Arkansas team is fantastic on the road. They're like 6-2. I just think this is going to be too many points in SEC basketball play. I think this is just this. I know that the bookmakers are probably telling me to take Arkansas here, and that's fine. But I think this is a gritty Razorback team, and I like them a lot. And I'm going to go ahead and take them. I believe I need to go back. I think I want to say I got them at 6 because I was up really early this morning. What's the line at the Barstool Sportsbook?
Yeah, still 6 at the Barstool Sportsbook. Yeah. Open 6.5 last night, Megan.
That's what I think. I might have got 6.5. It's back up to 6.5.
Is it back up to 6.5 now?
Yes.
This one's a tough one for me. And while I agree with you, Arkansas has been super gritty. They've been great to back as an underdog. They've covered like 9 of their last 10. It's been great for them. And not only that, they've been winning outright. And I kind of mentioned this against, I think it was Kentucky, that they kind of allowed that last second 3. And I tried not to let that like harbor any anger. You and I were both speaking about your LSU Tigers on Wednesday. I think we start to see some regression here from Arkansas. And I know it's late in the season and it's tough to say, but this is a Tennessee team that has yet to lose at home. Now, does that mean I'm rushing to lay the 6.5 at the Barstool Sportsbook? Not just yet, but this is a powerhouse defense. Like, I love this defense for Tennessee so much. And that's the reason why they have been so dominant at home. Not to mention pretty decent home court advantage. Not one of the best ones in the SEC. Maybe we can get Big T to get everybody there all fired up because, this is going to be a top 25 matchup. I expect this to be a really awesome game. I think Tennessee does pull away late. And while I wanted to back Tennessee today, I just don't want to lay that many points with them. Ken Palm makes this game 7. So right around that mark. I think you're probably going to get a last-minute shot here from Arkansas that maybe gets you the backdoor
it's the
cover.
exact same thing that Kentucky did to them, and then I get the cover, and Tennessee does not.
Absolutely. And so when it comes to laying this kind of points, even if it is at home, I think I'm going to end up staying away. But I do lean towards the Vols here, and I just don't think I'm going to get involved.
Also, I want to say, someone said, let's eat barbecue in Louisiana. Good move.
Yeah.
I said that because Kelly absolutely loves barbecue. And also it's fantastic. This
is what I have to know, though. I need some details on the New Orleans style barbecue because I don't like Carolina barbecue. I think it tastes like vinegar. I don't
like it's not vinegary. It's like more like a sweet.
In case you like to know the hierarchy, it's Texas brisket. It's number 1. Kansas City pulled pork, number 2.
Really good.
St. Louis ribs. Yes, they have the best ribs. I don't care what anybody says. I know it's cliche, but yes, they do.
All I'm saying is that obviously if you want like shrimp and shit like that, but I know gumbo is not a good hungover food and it's going to be hot. You don't want to eat gumbo when it's hot and you're
probably hungover.
No. So I'll give you food when you go. All I was saying is Kelly likes barbecue, so I know that for a fact because we've eaten it before. So, and she's from Kansas, so shut the fuck up. Let me tell her where to go if I want to. All right. All right. I don't have an opinion on Villanova Butler. Do you?
So long list. I do have Butler listed, Megan. And this is just kind of more of a contrarian type play. We've seen some nice reverse line movement. Big money came in. This one opened 10.5, now down at 8.5 at the Barstool Sportsbook. This Butler team has made me want to rip my eyes out on occasion. Speaking of eyes, still hurts. But lately, they've been covering games. They just don't win games. That's my problem with this team, and that's what makes it hard. They're kind of like a Georgetown team. They've been covering, but they just can't seem to get the win. I think this is a lot of points for a Nova team who might be looking ahead to the Big East tournament right now.
Okay.
We'll see. They probably want to finish strong. I think I'm too late to the party here. Now, if I would have got 10.5 with Butler last night, like I should have bet, yeah, I didn't. But we'll see. Butler's still on my long list. I may end up getting to the window with them. God, they're just so bad offensively. They're so slow. Jay Wright should have his team, by all means, ready to go here. Lean towards the under in this one as well.
So sexy.
What's that?
Jay Wright is so sexy. He's just like a sexy silver fox.
I've realized many drunken conversations, Megan and I have like way opposite tastes in men, and Jay Wright is not it for me.
He's just so like.
I think the only one we agree on is Jimmy Garoppolo.
But like I'm like on Jimmy. You like love Jimmy. Like Jimmy's okay.
Yeah, I mean like yeah. No, come on, Megan.
Speaking of okay, there's a game coming up that's not necessarily marquee, but one that I'm taking, and that's Virginia at Louisville. Virginia is laying 4. And look, the Cavaliers are 7-0 against the spread in their last 7 following an ATS loss, and 7-1 ATS in their last 8. So on the flip side, there is also the Cards are 1-4 ATS their last 4 home games. That's what I'm saying. Not to mention Virginia is on the bubble. So this game they really need, and also they would also have to make a deep run in the ACC tourney in order to get in. But look, this is the game that will project them. This is to me the slingshot game, if you will, that will get them to the point where they need to be. And also, I haven't been high on this Louisville team all year. I've been burned once or twice betting against them, but like not too much to where I'm worried about them getting me here, which I'm saying that now and watch. You're going to text me later and be like, you should have been worrying about Louisville. But I don't trust them in this spot. Virginia has been good. Virginia's been good to me in the past, whether it be this year, whether it be last year, whether it be the year before. I like them here. I think it's a short number. I think Virginia can get it done. And I have a feeling you're on the other side by some of the faces you're making.
I have not bet it yet, Megan, because I wanted to see how high this line was going to go. One of the narratives that you're going to hear a lot today is must win, right? Bubble team, whether teams have motivation or not. And I do think that these narratives are worth talking about, but you have to kind of remember they're already built into the number. So my biggest concern here is that this Louisville line should be 2, right? And the fact that it's now creeping up towards 4 in some spots.
Oh, it's at 4 at the Barstool Sports.
It is at 4. Yes, it is. I just pulled it back up. So I've got like 8 browsers open at any time. Just know that my brain is ping-ponging back and forth per usual.
And I have 4, 1 and a piece of paper. So know where my brain.
Oh, I have the piece of paper too.
My brain is like this.
See, that's why I needed to do bong rips this morning for breakfast. But that being said, I have to laugh here because I don't want to take Louisville. Who wants to take a 12-17 team, as Megan said, against this Virginia team who should be able to get in to the big dance? They do have a lot more to play for. Is Louisville really that motivated? Not really. They've only covered 4 of their last 12. Woof. They just got blown out by Virginia Tech. Yet this line is very short, as Megan said. So I think this is a trap game of Louisville or for Virginia, but I don't think I can back Louisville, Megan. This is a time where I just don't want to back bad teams anymore. You know, our good friend Adam still loves to back these just trash teams named Georgetown. And I was sitting next to somebody last night at the restaurant, like, man, I feel bad for Patrick Ewing. What? You want me to feel bad for him? Like, they haven't won a game. I don't
not
feel
only
bad.
do I not feel bad for him, he actually owes me fucking money. Like at this point, I don't.
As a matter of fact, all jokes aside, yeah, I am opposite of you here, but I don't think I can back Louisville. We'll see how high the line gets before tip off, which is in how many hours? Oh, not even 2. So I don't think it's going to tick much higher, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. I will tweet out all of the games that I do put my actual money on before that time. Man, Megan, if you got 2 with Virginia, I can see it. If you're at 4 now, you guys are late.
People hate when we bet against each other, Kelly, but guess what? That's why there's 2 of us. If we're on one side, you do your own research, you pick one, and you stick with it. And either you're a winner or you're a fucking loser because you can't do both. All right, up next, Miami at Syracuse, and this is one that I've been taking because you know what? Miami's on the road again, and I fucking love taking Miami on the road. They are what? They've won 5 out of their last 7 road games, and then 4 straight road games. So they are on a roll here. Anytime that I've bet Syracuse this year, I wanted to literally shoot myself in the foot. I won't say head because I feel like that goes against some regulator issues. But yeah, I want to shoot myself in the foot every time. And I do shoot myself in the foot every time I bet the Syracuse team. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Miami, who has the better defense, with the points on the road. And I love this play. What do you think here, Kel?
Megan, last night when I was working on my card, I drew a big, huge, fat line through Syracuse -2. I initially leaned Syracuse here. I really, really did. They have a great offense. We all know Jim Boeheim and what his teams can accomplish. That this year is not their year. It just hasn't been. They've lost 3 straight, none by any significant prowess, right? They haven't went out and showed me that they want to win games. Now they're a favorite. Well, guess what's happened every single time? There's been a nice little juicy underdog on the road this year. And I think I'm smart enough to bet the home favorite. Yeah, it's like 26-2. It's disgusting. I was looking through my spreadsheet on the drive home from Key West the other day, and I was texting some of my buddies, and I'm like, you guys, not only is the top 25 team catching points on the road dead, the better team catching points on the road has been such a moneymaker.
It's murdered me the last week and a half. It's that it
has. It's started to see some regression. It really has.
That has murdered me this last week.
It really has. And that's what we were discussing was, okay, are we seeing a corner turn here? And then I turned right around. My buddy Chris goes, I can't believe you're not going to bet Iowa. I jump in his comment section. I'm like, fine, Chris, I will take Iowa with you. You're right. And sure enough, Iowa gets it done. This has been kind of one of these weird years. And so I'm not going to overthink this one. I don't need to bet the Syracuse Orange. That's why they get a big old cross through them next game.
All right. I don't have a play on this game, but I figured you might want to guide some people. Indiana at Purdue. Do you think that it's worth laying the 10 with Purdue?
Absolutely not. I don't think this Purdue team at this point in time is worth laying double digits with. Now, while they just lost 2 straight, right?
Right.
We were both on Wisconsin on Tuesday. Hell yes. Michigan State the previous Saturday, I was on. It was awesome. Now, I think a lot of people are expecting Purdue.
Fuck Tom Izzo and fuck Michigan State. I'm done. I am so done. You can make that face all you want, but they've burned me, and I've burned myself, but I picked them in the wrong spots all year long, and I will not bet on Michigan State again this year. Mark my fucking words. I'm done. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I think Purdue's slide continues here, right? They haven't covered their last 6 games, Megan. And as I mentioned, they have those 2 ugly losses. I think they're just ready to coast into March. You know, we've talked about teams several times that peak too early. I think that's the Purdue Boilermakers. And I know that's not what anybody wants to hear out of West Lafayette, Indiana, but I think that is the truth. This is a big spot for Indiana to step up. While they have not had the best season, they had that 5-game losing streak, and they get to bounce back against crappy teams like Maryland and Minnesota. I think they're the spot here. They do have a solid defense. And while they are at Purdue, that does concern me because we know that Purdue has a great home court advantage. This is their last home game of the season. We know that they're one of the top-ranked offenses. I think double digits is asking a lot headed in here to basically the Big Ten tournament. I lean towards Indiana. I have not gotten involved yet. They are on my list with a big circle around them. I think the whole world's going to be on Purdue here, and I just don't understand why. They haven't proven to me in the last 6 games that they're worth betting on, and that's why I've been fading them, and I may continue to fade them. Do I think that they're going to lose at home? I don't. But double digits, I think, is asking a lot. I can see this being like a 7 or 8 point game, maybe get a backdoor cover by Indiana. So at the very least, I'm going to advise everybody not to lay the points here.
Not to lay the points with Purdue. Okay, on to Kentucky at Florida. And Florida's coming off back-to-back wins, but those wins are against Georgia, and then they had to absolutely rally to beat Vandy. Meanwhile, we have a Kentucky team who's just in a different stratosphere than either Georgia or Vanderbilt. This just seems like Kentucky's game to have. I mean, they still have the potential to get the 1 seed, and they need this game to do it. So I don't see why Kentucky doesn't come out and cover this. It's 4.5. This seems very much something that Kentucky can do. I know this Florida team's very athletic. They can pull off some shots. They can pull off some rebounds. They can pull off some steals. But I just honestly don't think that Florida's the one to do it. I like Kentucky in the spot. I like Kentucky minus the 4.5 at the Barstool Sportsbook. I believe I might have gotten it at 4. I have to go back.
I'd like to preface this by saying I hate this Florida team. I hate them. I am wrong every single time on this team minus, I think, 1 game. When did I have them? When's the last time I bet them? Sorry, let me get this one open. The last time I bet them was Saturday, February 19th versus Auburn, and they got me the win. And then I haven't touched them since because I thought, hey, here's a letdown spot. And they've kind of been letting down since. But I will say this, Kentucky has not been great on the road as of late. Now, I know Florida does not get to hang with the likes of Arkansas and Tennessee, but those are Kentucky's last 2 losses on the road. Unfortunately for the Gators, they don't have a great home court advantage here. I'm going to try to outsmart myself and just take the 5 when it gets there. Hopefully it gets there. Should get there. What time is tip-off? Tip-off is at 2 o'clock Eastern. I think we see a 5 at the Barstool Sportsbook prior to that. And I'm just going to outsmart myself and say the Gators, keep it close at home. They might be worth a money line sprinkle. And when they lose and just get completely blown outright, I'm going to pull a Michigan State and just say I hate this team forever.
Perfect, because we can just have 2 blacklisted teams. We can just have we can have Jack make a graphic. You know how Dave and Ike says add it to the list, like how Frank has MLB on the list. He's got New Jersey Transit on the list. He's got the Michigan State is now on my list.
There you go. Do not bet list.
And so anytime those names are mentioned, we can get dinged and I need to pay a fine or something because I don't ever want to fucking touch Michigan.
You should definitely have a do not bet list. I have a list of teams that it's just you're just not seeing clearly. Mm-hmm. And Florida has been that team for me this year, but I am going to bet them today. Abel jumped in the comments. He said there are 300 plus people watching and only 20 plus likes. Come on, guys. These ladies are up in the morning. Hungover. I just said we weren't hungover. Breaking down the college hoops. Hit that like button, guys. That's how we get Erica not to cancel our show. Remember how she was talking about we're going to see some revamps. We're going to get rid of some shows. I would like to get to keep our show. I have a good time with Megan. And not just that, hopefully you guys are making some money.
Yeah, not just that, but who else is going to get up on a Saturday morning and break down games with you guys? I've never seen it done before. Has it been done? I don't think so. I think we are women pioneers of the Saturday morning slate.
There you go, Megan. We're over here shattering glass ceilings on a Saturday
morning. It is
morning.
Women's History Month, and we are shattering. The ceiling is the roof. Smash the like button. All right. Up next, we got TCU at West Virginia, and this is stinky to me. It's so stinky, and I'm taking the bait. TCU has been playing like some motherfucking dogs, and I was so scared to take them last game and the second game against Kansas because I'm like, man, I'm late to the party here. This is where TCU gets that ass waxed. Wrong. I get the cover. It was absolutely, and honestly, TCU, if they wouldn't have fallen apart down that last 5 minutes, could have won the game outright. They truly could have. And right now, I'm getting TCU plus 2.5 at West Virginia, which I understand. Morgantown is so hard to play at. West Virginia, and their press defense. Bob Huggins and his adjustments at half. I don't care. I am riding this horny frog team all the way to the bank. I like them plus the 2.5. Kelly, you're on the other side, I'm sure of it.
No, I'm not. I'm not betting against this TCU team right now. Absolutely not. This TCU team has been making me money all year long. This is one of those type of things where I told you guys I wasn't going to overthink it. Normally, I'd be all over West Virginia and be like, okay, look, this team has lost. Let me see how many in a row. They've won at home versus Iowa State February 8th. They didn't win 7 games prior to that. They haven't won 7 games after that. They've lost so many in a row. This looks like the stinkiest game on the board.
Easily.
It is gross. This is like normally like, give me the stinky cheese, West Virginia, I will take them. I'm not doing that. TCU has an amazing defense. This West Virginia team does not have that same home court advantage. I'm sorry. I love me some Bob Huggins, but he hasn't been making those second half adjustments. Where the hell is this press defense? Just saying, they haven't been there this year. They don't get offensive rebounds. They don't get defensive rebounds, Megan. The only thing that they do well is capitalize off turnovers. That's it. That's all that they do. And you know who turns the ball over? TCU. That is my only rationale for not just loving this TCU team catching 2.5 points today. I will take TCU plus 2.5 with you. I'm going to sprinkle on the money line. This team has just been playing so well for us, and I'm not going to disrespect them today by betting against them. I'm going to absolutely add them to my money line parlay. I'm sorry, the Horned Frogs, they've been doing it for us. This has been our team.
And I'm wearing purple, and they're going to be in our money shots parlay. So right now we got LSU money line, we got TCU money line, and hold on tight so you can figure out what the last leg is, because you're going to want to go bet it. Unless you don't feel like listening, then you can probably run to the exclusives and look at it. But that's okay. Just stay here and we'll tell you what it is. Okay, no worries. Let's move on to the next game, which I don't have this one, but I just saw it. I passed it up because I'm terrified of this game because, again, I'm just terrified of this team. Seton Hall at is it Creighton or is it Cretan or what is it?
Creighton.
Creighton? Yeah. It looks like it should be Cretan. I spell everything phonetically.
Cray.
Okay. Creighton. Seton Hall at Creighton. Creighton has just been a fucking monster. Like, they have been a team that, like, is every time I don't think that they're going to get it done, they get it done and some. Also, Seton Hall is a team you don't want to step in front of. I'm just curious, this would be a complete stay away for you, or what would you play?
So I was on Creighton on Wednesday, if you guys remember, +4 versus UConn, and everybody's like, you hate UConn. I'm like, I don't hate UConn. I just don't think UConn's as good as the bookmakers are giving them credit for. Now, here's a Creighton team that I've not gotten to the window with yet, Megan, but I've really been considering him here. You're right, though, about Seton Hall. They have been a force to reckon with, except for Creighton. Creighton has this team's number. They have done not only well against the spread, they've done really well at home. And I think this is going to be a hard-fought game. Creighton, solid defense. We know that Seton Hall on the flip side also has a solid defense. This looks like a knockout, drag-out type fight. I wanted to take the one with Creighton. I'm going to stay away, but I think this is going to be one of those really good games that while I'm flipping through other games, I might have to stop on for a few minutes because these two teams hate each other. I think it could be a really fun one, but I'm going to pass on betting it.
Passing on betting it, as am I, because I don't want to get a broken heart. I feel like it's bound to happen. No matter what side I bet, I'm going to end up being wrong. All right, up next, Texas Tech at Oaky State. Man, Oaky State did the job last game against Iowa State, huh? I mean, they just went out there and fucking blew the doors off of Iowa State, which leads me to wonder, do you think that they're going to actually be able to keep it within 2.5 with this elite Texas Tech team? IMO? No. I like Texas Tech here. I just think they're the more trustworthy team. They are better on both sides of the ball. They do play better. Their record is better. They should be beating this Oaky State team. Oaky State, I mean, as I said when we spoke last time, I was like, they could pull a sneaky upset. I lean Iowa State, et cetera, et cetera. I ended up putting it on my car. No, I did not. My husband, I put it on his account. Sorry, baby. I didn't want to put it on mine. But that lost, so that sucks. But I like Texas Tech here. I understand that Oaky State is super, super gritty. They played phenomenally last game out. I mean, just lights out. But I think Texas Tech saw that, and they're not going to be sleeping on this Oaky State team. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Texas Tech did see it, but there's a lot of other narratives on the other side. I think Texas Tech has been a moneymaker for us all year long. Mm-hmm. Why? Because Lubbock, Texas, #1 place to play. They have the best home court advantage. Thank you, Ken Palm, for finally updating that. I've been only been screaming that all of basketball season. But the bad news for Texas Tech is this game isn't in Lubbock. It's in Stillwater. And with the Cowboys having no postseason play, I have my concerns here because Texas Tech lost at TCU. Texas Tech lost at Oklahoma, lost at KU, lost at Kansas State, lost at Iowa State. I think that Oklahoma State is going to give them a hell of a fight here, Megan. I'm going to take the 2.5. I'm going to bet them on the money line. I know that that's really disrespectful for this Texas Tech team that has printed me a ton of money this year, but I got to do it.
That's what I'm saying. I just feel like that this is such a almost. I get after all of what you're saying, why the line is closer to what it is, but I almost feel like it's such a buy low spot for this Texas Tech team. Like, you're not going to get them at this price. Like,
oh, you're definitely not going to get them this price through March. Like, I mean, I don't think that 2.5 is going to be available at all through most of the Big 12 tournament either, unless they get paired up against like a Baylor or a KU. But yeah, I can see exactly what you're thinking here. And by all means, Oklahoma State might have gave it all they had in Hilton. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But I'm gonna take the 2.5 with the great defense at home here.
So head to head, Kelly and I back at it again. All right, next game up for us. Is that one actually before that one? Hold on, I just want to make sure. Yeah, okay. No, wait, give me a second. Where is DePaul? Is that down further? Did I skip DePaul? Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I thought I just wanted to make sure I had the right number, but I think I might have skipped it altogether. All right, do you have the number on DePaul UConn?
I am looking at this DePaul team, Megan, but let me pull up the Barstool Sportsbook.
I'm looking for it on the current
line. 10.5 and 10.5 at the Barstool Sportsbook.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought I saw it at 10 this morning. I just wanted to make sure we had the same number, but I couldn't find it on my board. Weird. Okay. DePaul.
Megan, all you have to do is click Big East. That's why I love our.
That's so true. I
see. This is what I was trying to tell people the other day, and this was not even actually to plug the Barstool Sportsbook. I hate when people don't give me rotation numbers in college basketball because I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and I can never find it. And yes, if you're betting on your desktop, it's one thing. And that's where all the nerds that chimed in, well, I just use Control F. Well, no shit. But on a sportsbook app, you actually can click on the Barstool Sportsbook, the conference, and you can find, because there's only going to be like 6 games. Makes it way easier. And I was wrong. The DePaul's down to 10 at the Barstool Sportsbook.
Regardless, 10.5. This DePaul team, as we talked about last time on Wednesday, man, they have been gritty. They have been pulling upsets, and they have been keeping games close. And covering machine, covered 8 of their last 10. And they covered the first meeting against this UConn team. On the flip side, UConn hasn't covered 9 of its last 11 games. That just screams to me that I should be taking DePaul plus the points here. I don't know why. I guess because UConn is being overvalued, DePaul is still being maybe a little undervalued. I don't know, but this just seems like a spot where DePaul is going to seem disrespected again, and they're going to go out with a chip on their shoulder, and they're going to cover. And honestly, I don't think they'll get the outright win in UConn or in Connecticut, but I think they keep it a lot closer than 10. What do you think, Kelly?
Real quick, I'm going to answer Gerald's question in the comments. Who has a better record this year, Kels or Megan? Megan definitely has a better record, but your girl has been making strides. We're going to hit another money line parlay here really soon. I need it. Fuck Mississippi State. Also, DePaul has been absolutely great. Now, we just spoke about why I bet against UConn on Wednesday, and everybody said, oh, Kelly hates UConn. I don't hate UConn. I just think they're overvalued, and the fact that they haven't been covering the spread proves that fact. I don't think DePaul is going to go out there and win this game in stores today, But I do think they're going to keep it close. This is the DePaul team that Megan said has been absolutely fighting for their lives. They have been trying so hard. Their last few games, they knocked up St. John's, who's been a moneymaker for us, Marquette. Yeah, I think that they keep it rolling here. I think 10 points is too many. Interesting that Ken Palm makes the game 11, and that's where most bookmakers get their lines from, at least opening numbers. While Connecticut should have a decent home court advantage, and I am not disagreeing that they don't, I think this team is, or I think this fan base is getting a little angry, especially after a couple of these ugly losses on the road. We'll see if they don't get fired up today, but I still think that this is too many points for a DePaul team who really controls that tempo. And they're going to kind of throw this UConn team out of their rhythm. If they can do that, I think DePaul keeps it within single digits, and 10 points is just too many.
I would agree with that wholeheartedly. And Kelly, on that note, I would like for you to give us the last leg of our Moneyline Parlay.
It is going to be Wyoming, the Cowboys. We all know how much I love this Wyoming team. Laramie is way harder to play than anybody ever wants to talk about. I don't understand why it's not more of a talking point, probably because they're in the Mountain West. But there used to be a point in time where I used to go to a lot of Mountain West games, and it's kind of fallen off because the Mountain West just really hasn't been that competitive. Even San Diego State's kind of fallen off. This Wyoming team, 23-7 on the year. And while they haven't been as good as they have in the past, I do still really love this offense. They like to really control the pace of their play. Now, this Fresno State team, while they have a good defense, I'm not buying the hype here. I think Wyoming gets the best of this team. Megan and I did a money line parlay today. So you're getting plus money with TCU. You got to lay a little bit of chalk with LSU and Wyoming. But instead of laying the 3 with Wyoming, Megan and I just said bet them on the money line. I don't think they lose this game here at home. I actually wanted to pull that up really quickly. Now I'm dropping the ball. Let's see if I can find it.
Yes.
Wyoming has, Wyoming's
TCU, up to Wyoming, book it.
Wyoming's up to 4 right now at the Barstool Sportsbook. And while they haven't covered that many games lately, it's because they've been on the road a ton. Back at home, this team doesn't lose at home. They've won 14 of their last 15 at home. Wyoming is going to win this game. We are going to cash our money shots parlay.
We will, and hopefully they'll be so kind to boost it real nice for us.
You know, I got to talk to somebody about that. I need a little bit of better boost. These dogs in college basketball just haven't been barking like they have been in college football. I deserve just a little extra so I can finally hit one of these. You guys can maybe break even on my college basketball season. March has got to be better for me, right? March is going to be better. Somebody say this to me. I just need
March will be better. March will be better.
Good.
Hopefully it will be better than the last.
As long as it's not January.
5 days that I've had.
January. If it is like January, college basketball may be dead to me forever. February, we had some nice roller coaster rides, but we are going to end the season on a high note. See if we can't hit one of those, maybe 2 of those little money line parlays.
Not just that, but hit some money shots parlays. We've hit 1, right? I think we've hit 1.
We've hit 1 this year. We have hit 1 this year.
Well, it'll be 2 today. So go ahead, go put that in. Make sure you bet it. I'm gonna go do it right now. I'm gonna go throw a fat stack on it, and it's gonna hit. And my Barstool account is gonna cha-ching. Y'all should too. We'll see you back here Monday. Yep. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. It is March, so be paying attention. Watch these games. Find out who you like. And also, you can bet college baseball over at the Barstool Sportsbook.
That's just wild to me. I love to see it. Of course, anything you can bet on, you can make money on. So congratulations. Take care. Comb your hair. I've been just, ever since I was on vacation, I've been going with this beach look. Do I really need to comb it? I mean, it's combed. It's just not
I've been
straight. Megan looks good in a hat. I can't do the hat thing. Plus my lazy eye this morning from getting stabbed.
All right. Y'all have a great day. We love you. Hope you win your best. Go bet our money shots parlay. Do your own research. Bet responsibly. You're the best. Kiss your mom. All that. Goodbye.